herniated disc versus a bulging disc. What's the difference between a herniated disc and a bulging disc or a slip disc? It's really simple actually. A herniated disc is slightly different from a bulging disc. There's this Kevlar kind of protective mechanism around the disc. But when there's pressure and there's repeated stress on that, the disc can actually bulge out. And it hasn't broken that Kevlar encasing yet, but that can happen. And when that does happen, that is actually called a herniated disc. So a bulging disc will actually have the piece of the disc bulging outside of the vertebrae, extending further. So think of it like this. If you have two buns and you have a patty in the middle of the bun, and that part of that patty is kind of sticking outside of the bun, that would be like bulging disc. And that bulge, if it's pressing on a nerve, will cause pain. And depending on which nerve it's pressing on, cause pain down the leg, it can cause pain in the back, it can cause discomfort, it can cause aching. Now, if the herniation happens, that means the disc has now broken and there's liquid kind of leaking out. And that's where the liquid can leak out and the herniation can press on a nerve. And in the lower lumbar spine, if it's pressing on the sciatic nerve, then that's where you're going to have the term called sciatica, which is a radiating pain going down the leg. So if you look at these two pictures, again, a herniated disc versus a bulging disc. A bulging disc means the disc is still intact, and at this point we want to get that bulge back into place. So how do we get that bulge back into place? And it is possible to pull the bulge back into place, because how did it get into that position? Well, it got into that position because of a repeated stress, and that stress caused the pressure on the discs from the vertebrae to squeeze down on one side and put pressure to poke it out on the other side. And so what we need to do is take pressure off that part and make the discs more supple through lengthening the spine, stretching the tight muscles, strengthening the weak muscles, and that's how we pull it back into place. Same with a herniated disc. Most doctors will tell you it's not possible to heal. Well, you can see from the thousands of people that we've helped that it is possible to make your discs more supple, to pull the bulging disc and even the herniated disc back. The body has natural healing mechanisms, and that's what our Back Pain Relief for Life program is all about. It's about stimulating the natural healing responses. When we give the body the blood flow, the oxygen, and the nutrients that it needs, we will pull things back into place and the healing will begin, and that's where people become pain-free, and that's where it seems like a miracle, but it really is just a science. So just to recap one more time, the difference between a bulging disc is the disc is still intact, it's just sticking out of the vertebrae slightly to possibly press on a nerve. That's where the pain comes from. Whereas a herniated disc is actually that jelly filling inside the disc has broken through and is actually leaking out of the disc. And that we want to restore back into place. We both want to restore it back into place so that we get rid of the pain, we can move better, and that our body functions better. Now think about how important your spine is. That's why I call it the magical wand. And if there's compression on the discs that's causing a disc to bulge out, then we have a systemic problem. And that's what we want to fix. So we have to fix the areas around the back to decompress the spine and, again, give it what it needs. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and leave your comments below and stretch the like button's thumb. Have a great day.